Hello, my name is John Melvin, and welcome to the School of Good Instructional Design. I've been an instructional designer for 2 years, and one consistent challenge I've faced is creating visually appealing multimedia instructional material that really serves its purpose to supplement and improve the participants' learning experience. Today, we'll visit our classroom and discuss the cognitive theory of multimedia learning. Go ahead and click on the school doors to go to school. Let's start off with our learning objectives. When you finish this instructional module, you'll be able to define the cognitive theory of multimedia learning, describe the 3 assumptions of the cognitive theory of multimedia learning, and describe how to incorporate the cognitive theory of multimedia learning into your multimedia design. The classroom's waiting, but before we get started, I want to test your knowledge with a pretest. Go ahead and click on the computer screen to take the quiz. Media learning. It's the combination of words, spoken or written, and graphics in the form of pictures or videos with the intention of helping people learn. So what's the rationale for multimedia learning? It's believed that people have better, richer learning experiences from the combination of words and images than from words alone. New information arrives in the working memory part of your brain. Working memory is limited and can only hold approximately 7 items at a time. Ears pick up words, eyes pick up images, and if the multimedia design is well done, the combination of words and images can count as only 1 item. The cognitive theory of multimedia learning, developed by Dr. Richard Mayer, educational psychologist at the University of California, should be used by instructional system designers to create more meaningful and effective multimedia learning materials. Mayer's theory describes the cognitive processes that occur when students are exposed to multimedia learning. The cognitive theory of multimedia learning is based on 3 important assumptions: the dual channel assumption, the limited capacity assumption, and the active processing assumption. Go ahead and choose one of the 3 assumptions to start learning. The dual channel assumption indicates that 2 separate channels for processing information exist. These are the visual channel and the auditory channel. Under this assumption, learners use 2 separate channels to process visual and auditory information independently. By creating multimedia instruction that allows learners to fully utilize both of these channels, the learning experience can be significantly enhanced as information is presented. This is because the brain is able to process new information more efficiently by taking advantage of its multimodal processing capability. The limited capacity assumption indicates that both the visual and auditory channels have limited capacity. Learners can process only a limited amount of information at a time on each channel. When learners receive too much information for their visual and auditory channels to handle, cognitive overload occurs, and the learning experience is hindered. Finally, the active processing assumption indicates that learners make sense of learning material by applying cognitive processes to incoming new information. This is called active learning. In other words, learners construct coherent mental representations of their experiences by actively engaging in cognitive processing. Learning is an active process of selecting, organizing, and integrating information. Learners pay attention to incoming information and actively engage in selecting the relevant information. Learners then organize the relevant information they've selected into a coherent cognitive structure in their working memory. Then, learners integrate these mental representations with prior knowledge, which is activated from their long-term memory.